I wanted to say, so I noticed in a couple of my videos you can hear my axolotls tank in the background. I'm sorry about that. Also, I can't turn off the filter on his tank, so here we are. But, you know, to carry on, I just, I was like, I should let people know. It's not like I'm intentionally leaving an annoying sound in the background. So, right now the moon is at 7.8% illumination in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is represented by the Hierophant. The Hierophant represents promotion or upgrades. This is higher knowledge. This could, you know, this represents like spiritual leadership as well. So let's see kind of how this energy is affecting you. That eclipse energy, I'm still feeling it. Like, there have been some interesting things that have been catching my attention lately that never did before. Weird fucking synchronicities, you know, it's just all over the board. So yeah, let's see what that's like for you. I'm gonna grab my vape real fast. And yeah, we'll get on with it. So let's see who you are. We have Arcturians to start out with, and this is feeling safe, wisdom keeper, and concern. Concern for others, concern for things, right? If you notice, he's like kind of in this bubble. This bubble, to me, when I see this, it kind of feels like, you know, he's close to this guy, but there's like a boundary there. There's a wall up, you know. He's not really letting certain people in too close, right? This could represent, like, you know, keeping your energy safe, especially with people you're surrounded by. This has come up in a couple of readings. But we have the Alpha Draconians and the Reptilians again. So I feel like I'm reading for the same individuals, or individual, you know, whatever. But it definitely looks like you're protecting yourself from this, or you know who these people are, you know what they bring to the table, and there's an energy of you just being like, nope, not me, dog. You know, the Alpha Draconians is like, this is a guy who, or a girl, or whatever, you know, but this is a person who shows up, you know, kind of like a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's like wearing like Pope garb. He looks like a spiritual leader of some sort, but he's an Alpha Draconian. He is reptilian, you know, he's very cold-blooded, very sinister. Under here it says corruption, unethical behavior, cult, you know, so there's a lot of energy around that in my recent videos. So this could be like a religious leader. There could be individuals, you know, that have enmeshed themselves in your life in some way, or, you know, there's a heavy focus on this. And then we've got the reptilians, right? And this is about tyranny, you know, being very tyrannical, predators, survival, you know, survival mode. So this is very ego, you know, and I feel that you're wise to protect your energy or to stay guarded about these people that are showing up so heavy in your energy. I don't know, I want to dive deep into that, because it's sus that it keeps showing up, you know. So yeah, let's clarify these people. Who are they to you, and what is the big focus on them? You know, you could even be like diving deep into like into understanding, you know, different cults or corruption or whatever. I know there's a lot going on these days with like the Illuminati and all these celebrities coming out about crazy stuff. There could be a heavy focus on that, but this feels like it's in your life somehow. Like it's more so like you're not just focusing on that. It's like there's people like that in your life. And you're aware of them. Aware enough to keep this bubble around you to kind of like protect yourself. And you got a big head. Meaning you're very smart. Not like you got a big head, but like, you know, like seeing the energy that you're showing up as you're very wise, you know. So I feel that you're intuitively, you know how to respond to these energies, or you know how to not fall into their grasp. So let's see. Let's clarify this Alpha Draconian. Who is this to you? And then let's clarify the reptilians. Who's that? Because it's definitely more than one person. Okay. So Alpha Draconians was clarified by the Four of Swords in reverse. Which tells me like this is somebody that like doesn't like take care of themselves in some way. You know, the Four of Swords is all about self-care. It's about getting rest. It's about, you know, really genuinely loving yourself and taking time for that. And so with that in reverse, I'm seeing this as somebody who like doesn't. They could also be in the mode of taking an action, you know, because Four of Swords is like being inactive. So they could be in the mode of like taking some kind of action here. With Judgment in reverse, there could be like some upcoming like court case with this person. Because it looks like judgment hasn't been made. Or it could be a judgment in regards to some action here. I'm gonna dive deep into this. And then what is the action? What's going on? I have more questions than answers. Yeah, so it's clarified by the Three of Pentacles. This could be like a coworker, like somebody you worked with, or somebody in a similar field, somebody who's trying to work with you in some way. So somebody who wanted to like collaborate with you, or that you have collaborated with the Emperor in reverse, Aries energy. This tells me that like they're in like a toxic masculinity mindset, right? Because the Emperor is all the kings in the upright. The Emperor is a strong and fierce leader with integrity, right? This is somebody who operates from their heart chakra. This is somebody who is, you know, a strong leader, very strategic in the way that they operate, but not in a shady way, right? And so with this in reverse, it's like this is somebody who lacks genuine leadership skills. This is somebody who is corrupt, right? This could be narcissistic tendencies. This is somebody who, you know, with the Emperor in reverse, it's like a boss, but not a boss, right? It's like somebody who's put in a position, but they're not cut out for that, or they're like, or they use their power, they misuse their power. They misuse their power. And so with the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy, or not in reverse, I'm sorry, I was looking at the Emperor in reverse, but the Hermit, Virgo energy tells me that these other energies could be laying low in regards to what's going on. Get some clarity. Because it kind of looks like they're like, oh, shit's going down. I'm gonna go isolate now. Or, you know, it's like that energy of laying low. King of Pentacles in reverse, they might rely on this individual for like some sort of stability here. Also with the King of Pentacles in reverse with the Hermit, this could be a Virgo. If it's one other person, but if this is a few other people, these are people who rely on this person, right? Rely on them to sign their checks or rely on them to like in some way, right? So, yeah, and somebody's abusing their power here, and it's almost like these other people they just kind of go with it because they're in a lack mindset. They are codependent in some way, financially, right, with the Pentacles. With the Eight of Cups in reverse, it's like they feel like tied to it, like they can't necessarily walk away from this individual, they can't walk away from the situation. And with the Knave of Cups in reverse, or Knave of Chalices in reverse, it's like it's not like they have like love or loyalty towards this person. It's literally just the energy of codependency, like they're little minions, you know. So this is really fucking interesting. Alright, let's get into it. This could be like, it definitely feels like some kind of workplace thing though, or it could be like in regards to like a church thing even, you know, some kind of cult like thing, you know. It definitely feels that people feel like they're at the mercy of this individual. How do you feel? Like you ain't taking no shit. That's how you feel, okay? You're showing up as the Ace of Swords, right? The truth bringer. So I like that. I like that a lot. It's like you're cutting right to the chase. You're not dealing with no bullshit. And Horus is the Ace of Swords, and Horus is amazing, right? But also, like, Horus gave his eye to Thoth, you know, to give him sight, right? And so, to give him, like, deeper sight. I think it was Thoth. I need to go back and reread that, because I feel like the story of Ra is kind of coming through, too, and that could be blending together in my mind. Horus and Ra are very similar, right? That's why, you know, one rules the day, one rules the night. But the protection of Horus is pretty beautiful. You know, Horus is basically Jesus 5,000 years before Jesus, right? I believe Jesus was one of the reincarnations of Horus, you know? And I see like divine protection here, and it's because you're standing on your truth, right? Because you're like 10 toes standing on that truth. It's like you're not going to be swayed by material things. You're not going to be, your integrity will not be compromised by these individuals, and I feel that they feel threatened by that because they don't feel like they have power or control over you. It's like you can walk in a room and there's like this bubble of protection around you, like you're untouchable in a lot of ways. Yeah, you're showing up as the Queen of Wands. And I love that. Whether you're male, female, whatever, that doesn't mean shit in tarot, right? The feminine and masculine, and I say this in most of my readings, but I like to reiterate it, especially, you know, new people watching and stuff. Feminine and masculine are like the left and right sides of the brain, right? We have both. We have both sides of the brain. Some people operate more on the left, some people operate more on the right? So some people are more creative, more artistic, more spiritual, more kind of in that flow state, right? The feminine represents that, like the state of being, right? Whereas the masculine is the state of doing, right? The masculine is the side of the brain that would be like leadership, organization, strategy. You know, it's more in the material world, but it looks like you operate from spirit. You know, that's really what I'm seeing. The Queen of Wands is the most attractive queen in the deck. She is the Queen of Fire. And Wands represents honest communication, right? So communication could be a huge factor in who you are and what you do, right? You're a truth bringer. So I really love that. With the Four of Pentacles in reverse, you don't have that same lack mindset that these other individuals do, right? You're not like sitting there like, oh no, like I'll lose everything if I'm not careful. You're like, no, I know like shit's gonna work out. I know, because I'm living in my truth. I've got integrity, right? The Queen of Wands is a beautiful leader, right? She's very in touch with her inner child, you know. She likes to make people laugh. She likes to bring life to the party. It's just the very essence of what I feel feminine strength is, right? Regardless of physical gender. You know, like, for example, I would see Oprah as like a masculine. Probably not a divine masculine, but a masculine. You know, whereas like I would see like Chris Farley as like a feminine, right? And because of their purpose, their position, what they do, how they handle themselves, how they, you know, operate from either emotion or, you know, some people just operate straight out of just strategy, you know. So I definitely feel that you are very like in tune spiritually. Like there's a and there's a powerful energy about you. And I love that your energy is showing up so fucking different from these other individuals. You know, with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, you're not sitting there like worried, like, oh, if I help somebody out, I'm gonna go broke, so I'm not gonna ever help anybody out, you know, or if I help somebody out, that means I have less, you know. You're not in that mindset, right? You're in the mindset of like, you're a giver, you're a giver of wisdom, you're a giver of truth, and I feel that there's like a very generous nature about you, but you're also very wise, right? With the Arcturians, like, you know where to set your boundary, you know to what extent you're going to give, you know, like, not to let people take advantage of you. And I think a lot of people in this other mindset, they don't understand that they, like, why they can't take advantage of you. They're like, they're nice, they're cool, they're this, they're that, but like, they're untouchable, you know. And I love that so much for you. I love that you're showing up like that, because you're just like, you're unmoved by the things that move them, and that is your strength. Alright, what is your advice? Your advice is a lot. So with the moon in reverse, Piscean energy, I'm feeling this energy like, don't show all your cards at once. You know, like if you're playing poker, like don't show all your cards at once. This is kind of that energy. It's almost like move in silence about certain things. If you are making big plans, if you are building a case against people, you know, because that Judgment card did come out, and that's a court card. So, you know, if there's that, you know, it's like telling you to like be wise and you know, like keep certain things to yourself. With the Four of Wands, this also tells me that you should continue like putting your energy into your family, into your home life, into, you know, like focus on the things that really matter, on the people who matter. Focus on protecting their energy as well. With the Six of Wands, I see that you're kind of in the spotlight. You know, you could be a content creator. You know, Six of Wands is like the card of fame, right? Or like the card of like, everyone sees you, everyone, you know, you're kind of in a spotlight. And so I feel that, you know, focusing on that, focusing on the people that you're influencing in whatever way that you influence them, and it looks in a positive way, like that is something that you should really be putting your attention towards as well, right? Wands, honest communication. Six of Wands, you know, I feel like you get recognition through your communication, and I feel that you're powerful in that, but don't take that for granted either, right? Because it looks like I'm sorry, I just kind of spazzed there for a second, but something else kind of came to my mind too. With the Six of Wands, you kind of being in the spotlight, and the moon in reverse next to the Four of Wands, you know, it's like, what I'm seeing here too is like maybe keeping your home life and your public life separate, you know. That really just like kind of caught my attention as well. So there could be, you know, like a sense of protecting your home life through like, you know, keeping them distanced from whatever is going on here. With it, if this is like a church thing too, if you realize like there's some shady shit going on in a church or whatever, like, I mean, I wouldn't tell you not to go to church, but maybe look for another one. You know, I personally am not a church person. It doesn't mean I never have been, right? So do what feels intuitively right for you, right? With the Ace of Pentacles here, I do see a new cycle, right? I also see a gift being offered here, right? The Ace of Pentacles is like the largest pentacle in the deck. This is a gift from the divine. You know, it's like this new cycle is, it's gonna be a big one. And you have the Eye of Ra here, right? And you had Horus. And so I'm seeing like this protection in the light and in the night and in the day. You know, it's like, I feel that you're valuable spiritually. Alright. Who the hell are you? feel like, you know, I should let you know, like, things are going to be okay for you. You know, like, things are turning out in your favor. Things are working out here. I just feel that whatever you're going through, whatever is coming to light, whatever you're dealing with these individuals needs to stay away from your home, right? And it needs to not intervene with your divine purpose, with your work in communication, whatever that is for you, right? It's like, this can't interfere with that. You gotta keep going. Smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. That's one of my favorite quotes. And I think of it often when I'm going through any kind of like personal trials or tribulations, you know. I have to remind myself when my patience is being tested, or when I'm, you know, or when I'm experiencing things where I'm like, what the fuck, universe? Why is this happening? It's like, I have to remind myself, these are the things that build my character. These are the things that make me strong. These are the things that help me to help others, you know? Because if you only sail on lakes your whole life and you try to go out into the ocean, like, you're gonna be doomed, right? It's like, you gotta traverse the waves, the currents, the ups, the downs, and you gotta also have complete faith in yourself, in your ability to overcome all that there is, right? Because with the Five of Wands just came out, right? And this tells me that there's like some kind of conflict, or there's some sort of like competition, or it's battling, right? Whether it's physical or spiritual, there's battling here with different individuals, and I feel that even through that challenge, sometimes stillness is the best advice. You know, if you don't know what to do, do nothing. Right? Your intuition should always tell you what to do. So if your intuition is not telling you to do anything, don't do anything. Trust the process, right? With the Two of Swords, I see very guarded energy, right? In the Rider-Waite deck, you'd see the Two of Swords as like a woman on a bench with the ocean behind her, and she's blindfolded, right? And she's got the swords crossed over her heart. And what's interesting about that imagery, and why it's coming to me while I'm looking at this, even though the imagery is different on this card, is that she's guarded, right? And she's got the blindfold on, and she can't hear shit. If the ocean is just like going off in the background, like, I don't know if you've stood next to the ocean, but it's loud, right? There's a lot of wind, it's loud, it's, you know, and with the blindfold on, you know, it's like you can't trust just your physical senses for survival, right? And I think that's where your other senses come into play, right? Your intuition, your dreams, your convictions, right? Like the things that you feel strong conviction towards. I feel that right now, it's like you've got to operate in a way that may not make sense to everybody, but you're protected, right? And there's like this understanding that you're safe, even with that blindfold on. Even if you can't hear what's going on around you, you know you're fucking safe. You know you're going to be guided out of sticky situations, you know? And the less you react when people try to confront you or try to battle it out with you, how do I word this? The less you react in those situations, it's like the more power you have in that situation, right? Because when we're mad or we're like operating from like our emotional state or just like primal nature, then we can say and do a lot of stupid shit, right? I almost want to say like Kanye West is a prime example of this, right? It's like nobody could have called him crazy if he kept his shit together. You know, when he was saying what he was saying and going through what he was going through, right? And I know I keep bringing up a lot of celebrities. However, there's been a big fucking focus on that lately, and even me, who doesn't like to focus on celebrities at all, like, it finds its way to me, you know, this, and you know, honestly, it's like, if you don't react or respond the way that they expect you to, it holds you in a higher state of power, right? Because you're not giving them the reactions they want. You're not responding in the way that they want. You're basically starving the narcissist, right? That's something that, you know, I've learned through a lifetime of it, right? It's like, because they'll try to trigger you, they'll try to hit those weak points, they'll try to find ways to attack you, attack your character, get you riled up, get you to respond and react certain ways. And it's almost like if you choose not to, right? You're just like, nope, I ain't reacting, I ain't doing all that, I ain't playing your fucking game, how about that? Then, you know, like, nobody can say that you didn't hold your shit together, right? It's, you know, I've seen it with my own friend, you know, like, she had a custody battle, and when her ex was like throwing all these accusations, even though they were fucking bullshit, right? She responded like, what the fuck, blah, 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 you know? And then she ended up losing in her situation because she was reacting out of her emotion. She's like, what? That's bullshit. That's da-da-da-da-da. And everyone just sees a hysterical woman. They're like, well, I don't know, you look kind of crazy to me. You know, and it's like, you know, so I feel strongly that that's an important message here. We have the Six of Cups. This could be somebody from your past too. Somebody you've known for a long time, or people you've known for a long time, who could be coming into your life or trying to start shit in your life, right? We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. And this is you not feeding into the bullshit, right? The Seven of Swords is lying, cheating, stealing, scheming, spying, you know, and with that in reverse, it's like you're just not feeding into it, right? You're not giving them access to you in that way, so they can't, right? They're powerless. We have the Queen of Pentacles, right? Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, you're showing up in this very creative, very abundant energy, and it's like, and I feel that like you're going to be fine, like your status is good, you're in a good place, and I feel that that's what they hate, right? They hate that you keep surviving, that you keep standing, that you keep just being okay, that things just keep working out for you. They're like, how? We tried to sabotage this motherfucker all this time, and it's just not working. And it's like, well, because of who they work for versus who you work for, right? And I mean that in a spiritual sense. You know, when people spend their lives dedicated to stomping on other people, right? To taking advantage of people, to abusing their power, to doing those kinds of things, they fall on their own sword, right? Inevitably. It just happens. And if you don't, if you hold on to your integrity, if you hold on to, you know, the truth of yourself, know thyself, right? Know thyself. So if you really know yourself and you are inseparable from that, then the way that they try to impress upon you their own agendas and their own bullshit, it's like, it doesn't move you, it doesn't change you. You're a free thinker, you have your own mindset, you go your own way, right? You're like a salmon swimming upstream. You're like, I know I'm getting laid at the end of this. Like, meanwhile, they're flopping and trying to find what's easy, what's convenient, you know? You choose the road less traveled, as Robert Frost once said, right? And that makes all the difference. I fucking love that poem. If you have not read that poem or heard that poem, they have like an audio version on YouTube. Super good. Robert Frost, The Road Less Traveled. I'm big on poetry. That's like my shit. So you'll catch me every now and then, like, bringing up all these poems. But yeah, I feel that. I feel that about you. With the Chariot in reverse, Cancer energy. I'm going to clarify what that means. Because I feel like with the Five of Wands, it's telling you to be still, to be unmoved, right? That's what I'm feeling from it, but I want more clarity. And that's interesting as fuck. Because then we have the Fool card, Uranus energy, which is Aries and Aquarius, right? And that tells me that this inaction is a leap of faith, right? This stillness, this stoic nature about you to be unmoved by their bullshit, that is a leap of faith, because I feel that survival mode would have you fight, fly, run away, or freeze, you know? But this stillness is not necessarily freezing. It's not allowing them to move you, right? Not allowing them to push you in any way, to push their agenda on you or whatever. It's being unmoved by them. The Fool card represents the ultimate faith, right? It's that trust fall with the universe, to just trust that shit's aligning and quickly. It's ground zero of a new cycle. Dude, who the hell are you? We have Ace of Cups. Alright? So now we have 111 on the board. That's all about new beginnings. Right? In the mind, body, and spirit. Ace of Cups is the beginning of a new love cycle. But not always necessarily with another person. Ace of Cups is filling your own cup. It's knowing yourself. Taking care of yourself, loving yourself, respecting yourself, right? And when we respect ourselves, it's more than just who we sleep with and what we wear, right? Self-respect starts with how we talk to ourselves, right? I always, you know, I was raised thinking, oh, self-respect is modesty, or it's, you know, like being a prude or whatever, you know? But I learned that there are a lot of modest people out there that don't respect themselves at all, right? And that's because they don't talk to themselves or about themselves like somebody that they respect. When you respect somebody, you don't say, hey, you're fat, lazy, stupid, ugly, this, that, the other thing. No. But oftentimes I hear a lot of people saying those things about themselves, which indicates to me right off the bat they lack self-respect, right? They don't respect themselves. Because if you respected somebody, you're not going to say that about them, right? You're not going to think that about them. That's not even going to, you know, if you think about the person that you respect the most in life, you would never even consider, right? And that's also where, like, in partnerships, even though partnership isn't really part of this reading, but I feel like even in partnerships, how we speak to our partner says a lot about us as well, right? Because if we're name calling, if we're talking shit on them and their character and all of that, what does that say about us? We chose them, right? That was our choice. So you lack self-respect if you're with somebody you can't respect, you know? And so that's bottom line. It is what it is, you know? And I might catch flack for that, for saying that. And you know what? That's fine. Because I stand on it 10 toes. You know, I stand on what I'm saying. I feel that when you respect yourself, when you respect your partner, you know, like, that is impenetrable. You know, like, people can't fuck with that. When you lack self-respect, when you're with people you don't respect, when you hang out with people you don't respect, then that shows a lot in your character, right? Shows a lot of what you choose. So, yeah. Somebody is suffering here. Because on the other side of this, I have a whole other energy coming out, right? The Empress in reverse, which tells me, you know, that you have the Emperor and the Empress in reverse, but you're showing up as a Queen of Wands and Queen of Pentacles in the upright, which indicates to me these are different energies, different people, right? Masculine and feminine coming at you. Could be multiple people, could be two people, you know, but the Empress is Venus energy, the goddess of love and beauty, Aphrodite, right? The Empress in the upright is compassionate, warm, empathic, also a strong leader, also devoted to, like, their sense of purpose, their creativity, their spirituality, that kind of thing. In the reverse, it's the opposite. It's, you know, like, with the Emperor and Empress in reverse, it's like, these are very narcissistic energies, right? And that's probably why they're flocking to you, because you're showing up as an empath, right? And narcissists love empaths. They're like vampires, right? And they're like, I smell. Look, he looks like he's smelling. He's like, I smell an empath. You know, and it's like, yeah, dude. But yeah, what I'm seeing here though is this Empress in reverse is facing some serious karma, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, right? They're falling on bad fortune. Karma is like that eclipse energy hit, and everyone's getting karma one way or another, right? Everyone's facing Judgment Day in some kind of way, and I don't mean that in like the biblical sense, I mean it in the literal sense. Like right now, the veil is coming down, and everyone is seeing who everyone is, right? It's like right through to the character of who people are and what they choose to be and how they choose to be, you know, it's all coming to light. With the Nine of Cups in reverse, this is like, yeah, feeling like she's fallen or they've fallen on bad fortune, right? The Nine of Cups in reverse is like they had everything they ever wanted and they lost it, or they're losing it, right? Because they took it for granted. They abused their power. They came after a very divinely protected person, right? With the Seven of Wands in reverse, they're feeling trapped, right? They don't have opportunities to get out of this They don't have another way that they can go. They have to face the fucking music. It's like something is just, they gotta face the fucking music. And I'm gonna pull some Kali cards. I feel like you're sitting pretty, dude. Like, you don't really have to do anything. It's almost like with that Chariot in reverse, you don't have to do anything. The ball's already rolling. Karma's already happening. It's like, you ain't gotta do too much. You just gotta stick in your honest communication, right? The bringer of truth. Keep bringing your truth. Who gives a fuck who it hurts, right? And I mean, because the people that it hurts, obviously, if you're the bringer of truth, are not the best people, right? They're showing up as malicious, manipulative. They're all about that bullshit 3. And if this is an ex, if you're dealing with like an ex and their new partner or some kind of crazy shit like that, that's crazy. I don't know why, but it just came to me and I'm like, that would be fucking crazy, because it doesn't feel like there's any love here, right? It doesn't feel like they love each other. It feels like they're super focused on trying to destroy you, and through that they're destroying themselves because they're not doing anything to them, right? We have Kamala Devi. Held within Kali's protection, your heart radiates peace, certainty, and beauty. Her grace melts frustration and inspiration, fatigue into replenishment, and overactivity into effortless attraction. Kamala is the golden pathway of divine protection and peaceful contentment. She empowers your heart to receive with the same generosity, openness, and grace that you express when you give. You are swiftly approaching sacred fruition. Kali Yantra. You have more power to evoke a positive shift in your circumstances than you realize. If anything required for success is lacking, the Divine Mother shall provide it. You are crossing a crucial spiritual threshold. Stay focused, let distractions fall away, and continue to commit yourself to what matters most to your heart. A more beautiful experience awaits you. Let them fall on their own sword. You will be victorious. And this is what I have for you. Namaste. I love you guys, and I will see you later.